John and I are planning on having our second child. We're really excited about it. I just want to film this to kind of document everything.
You stole my heart, what is it that you do? My life was great till you added colors. Like the moon needs the sun, we don't care about the others. You set my world on fire. You're my heart's desire. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Please tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Laura and I have a 3-year-old son named Brantley. He's currently in the other room snuggled up on the couch watching some TV because he is sick. So hopefully he feels better soon. But today's video is not going to be a very happy video. If you are a regular on my channel or have seen any of my recent videos for Vlogmas, I've said a few different times that I'm going through something pretty sad, and I wasn't really sure if I was going to talk about it. It's still really like fresh in my mind and still is pretty upsetting, but I think that I do want to talk about it because I guess I just want to explain to everyone that does watch kind of what I've been going through, and then possibly helping others that are going through the same thing or have gone through it and are still thinking about it, I guess. So basically it started around November 20th. John and I have been trying to get pregnant with baby number 2. It was really exciting for both of us to actually be planning out a second child. Brantley was not planned at all and he was a big surprise. So this just felt really different and exciting to actually be planning to have a second baby. So I actually got my birth control removed, and I will put in the clip of me just kind of explaining when that happened and everything, so I do have video clips of everything basically. So I will put that video clip in, and it took us, it was my third cycle, or our third cycle trying to get pregnant is when we did get pregnant. I found out on November 21st is when I got my actual real positive test. I took a digital test and it actually said pregnant, and I was so excited, and I have video clips of that which I will put in and show you as well. And I was really excited to tell John. I went out and bought like a little onesie and these little slippers, and that's how I was gonna like tell him. I told him like I had a gift for him, and when he opened it, it was that. So I do have a video of him finding out that we were pregnant, or me telling him that I was pregnant. So I'll put that in too. We were both, he was really happy. His reaction was really cute. Yeah, it was really just cute and exciting. But so I told him that night, so that was November 21st, a Thursday night when he got home from pool. That's when I told him. And then so I was asking John like when he wanted to tell family and stuff like that, and when we found out we were pregnant with Brantley, we told everyone basically the same day that I was pregnant. So I think when we told them I was like 3.5 weeks pregnant, because that's when I found out. That's when I missed my period. So I wanted to wait a little while, and since Thanksgiving was coming up, we made the last minute decision to have Thanksgiving at our house because nobody really had any permanent plans. So we had planned out how we were gonna tell everyone, and everyone would be invited to our house for Thanksgiving, and we were really excited. So a few days go by. So again, I got the positive test and told John on November 21st, which was a Thursday, and then come Tuesday the 26th, which is the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, or was the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, Brantley and I had been hanging out at the house all day. I was doing some cleaning and laundry, I'm pretty sure, and I ended up going over to my parents' house that evening because I knew John had pool, so we were just gonna go hang out with them and probably have dinner at their house and stuff. So we went over there and we were just hanging out. They were watching some TV when we got there, so we were just kind of hanging out with them. And it was around like 4:30, 5 o'clock. I got up to use the bathroom, and when I wiped, there was blood. So immediately I got really nervous. I got really upset. I didn't really know what to do, and yeah, I didn't really know what to do, and my parents obviously didn't know. My family didn't like know that I was pregnant yet because we hadn't told anyone yet. So I got really worried, and I just like knew something was wrong. So I texted John and was like, I really would like it if you could come home and not go to pool tonight. Like something's wrong. And I told him that I was bleeding, and he did come home, and I ended up leaving my parents' house. I ended up just like losing it and started crying at my parents' house. My dad's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? And I'm just like, nothing, I'm fine. Like I just didn't know what to say. So he was like worried about me and stuff, and I was like, no, it's fine. Like I'm fine. And I left and I came home, and I had John on his way home pick up some digital pregnancy tests because I knew that if I was miscarrying that my HCG levels would be slowly going down. So I thought if I take a digital and it says not pregnant, then I know for sure right now that that's what's happening basically. Or that's what I thought anyways, but I also knew that I drank a ton of water that day, so my pee was really just like basically clear because I had tons of water. But when John got home, I took the test, and I knew like I had tons of water, and I knew it was probably gonna say that I was not pregnant because that's what happens when you drink a lot of water. So the test did say not pregnant, and I was really upset, and I just felt like I knew that I was miscarrying, and yeah, it just was like not a good feeling. And John was telling me, you know, don't worry, like maybe it's just like you said, you just drank a lot of water, like drink another one tomorrow. We can call the doctor's office tomorrow and see what they say. And he had to go to work the next day, so I did wait till the next day. I did take the pregnancy test in the morning, another digital, and it said pregnant. So that was Wednesday, November 20th. That morning I took another pregnancy test that was digital, and it said pregnant. So I was still bleeding though. Yeah, I called the doctor's office, or my OBGYN's office, midwife office, whatever you want to call it, as soon as they opened at 8 o'clock in the morning. I told them what was happening. It was like 4 hours later, and no one had called me back to like tell me what I was supposed to be doing. I was still bleeding, and I had realized that the bleeding seemed to be slowing down, so I thought that was a good sign. So I called the office again because no one had called me, and it had been 4 hours later, and I was like terrified and scared, and I didn't know what to do, and it was really frustrating to not know what to do, and the people that are supposed to be helping you and telling you what to do wouldn't even call me. So yeah, I ended up calling them back after about 4 hours of waiting to hear from them, and the nurse that I spoke to was really insensitive, and I've talked to her a few times since then, and she is always the same, and it's really upsetting to go through this all and have to deal with someone who is just so rude and insensitive and doesn't care at all what you're going through. So yeah, anyways, I called back, and when I spoke to her, I said, yeah, I called as soon as you guys opened this morning. I haven't received a call back. I am bleeding, and I just don't know what I'm supposed to do. I just want to know what I'm supposed to do, if there's anything I can do. And I said, it does seem like the bleeding is slowing down, but I'm still bleeding. It just seems to be slowing down. And she said, okay, well, I haven't heard back from the practitioner that I need to talk to about this yet, so as soon as I hear from her, I will call you. And she just said, that's good that it seems to be slowing down, but I'll let her know that and I'll call you back. So it was hours later and she finally called me back. And so it was like almost when the office was closed. They closed at 5 o'clock and I think she called me at like 3:30, almost 4, maybe even later. And this was all on Wednesday, the 20th of November. And so when she finally called me back, she said that the practitioner said that it could just be implantation bleeding, especially if it was slowing down and stopping. And I just felt like that was wrong. Like I just knew, like, that's not what it was. I just knew that I was gonna miscarry and that was it. So anyway, so that's what she said, and I knew since it was gonna be Thanksgiving, no one was gonna be in the office over the holiday. So I just asked, like, well, if the bleeding comes back, or if it's even worse, like, what am I supposed to do then? Like, you're not gonna be there. Not that they called me back in a timely manner anyways, but I was like, what do I do? And she's like, oh, well, there's always someone on call here. You can always call and talk to them, or just go to the emergency room if it's really bad. So I said okay, and then the next day was Thanksgiving, and when I woke up and went to the bathroom, the bleeding was extremely bad. I had blood clots, and it was like the most blood ever. Sorry, this is like TMI. But yeah, it was scary and just really sad. When you know you're like, your baby is gone or dying and there's nothing you can do, nothing that anyone can do. Yeah, it just is really sad. So I'm trying to like be fine and get the house ready to have people over for Thanksgiving. And it was supposed to be like, you know, this happy day where we tell everyone that we are gonna, or that we're pregnant and we're having baby number 2, and it was supposed to be so fun and exciting and happy, and you know, that's just not how things went at all. So I was really upset, and John kept asking me if I was okay, and I just kept saying no, but I couldn't like talk about it because I just kept crying about it, you know. So I told him eventually, obviously before everyone was here, I was like, the bleeding's bad, and he's like, well, don't freak out. And I'm like, no, like, this is it, like, there's no baby. So yeah, then, I mean, I wasn't gonna go to the emergency room, obviously. We were having people over, we had people over. I was as fine as I could be while everyone was here. And then after everyone left, you know, I've cried a lot about it. Anyways, this is getting to be a really long video. Anyway, so yeah, I didn't go to the emergency room. I didn't even call the doctor until Friday. I called the on-call doctor. She was the nicest person that I've spoken to from that whole office. This is the same office that I used when I was pregnant with Brantley, and they were amazing then. I'm not sure what happened in these 3 years, but they have some really insensitive people working there, which just doesn't help the whole situation. But so I spoke to the on-call doctor. So this was Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. I explained to her what was going on. I did have to leave a message with her, but she called me back so fast, like way faster than the actual office did. She was like amazing and so sweet. And she told me that I needed to get blood work done to see if I was a certain blood type, because if I was a certain blood type, I would need some sort of shot, I guess. So she wrote up a slip for me to get blood work done. I got the blood work done the next day. I called the office, or the on-call doctor told me that to go get the blood work done, and that the office would call me on Monday to probably set up an appointment to see me. So I got the blood work done on Saturday. On Monday, I did not receive a call at all from the office. At all. No one called me at all. So on Tuesday, I called the office and explained to them the situation, and I spoke to a nurse because I was asking to see if they had received my blood work yet. So this was this past Tuesday. Sorry, let me get the actual date for you guys. So this was Tuesday the 3rd of December. The nurse I spoke to was the one that I spoke to before the previous week, and she's so insensitive to everything. But she was like, well, I don't see your paperwork here, I'm gonna have to call and get it. So I said, okay. And she said she would call me back. She called me back a little while later, and she said, when she picked up the phone, first of all, she said, hi, Laura. And I said, yeah, this is Laura. And she said, your birthday is this. And she said my birthday, which I don't think you're supposed to do at all, because if I was pretending to be if I was someone else pretending to be me, she just gave out my birthday and like personal information, which is how they confirm that it's you on the phone. So that she shouldn't have done at all, but it was me, so whatever. And she's like, did you use a different last name when you got your blood work done? And I said, oh yes, I did, because I got married this year and I couldn't change my name in the office until I went in for my appointment, because you have to sign off to like change your information, you know. So the office still had my previous last name, and my insurance card say my new last name. So the blood work was done with my current new last name. So that's why they didn't know they had received it. So I was like, oh, okay, sorry, I didn't even think about that, or I would have mentioned it. She's like, okay, well, your blood work came back, you're this blood type, you don't need to get the shot. I need to talk to the doctor about what we're gonna do now. And she says, and when you come in again, can you make sure you change your last name at the front desk so we can be on the same page? And I was so mad. I was so pissed off that she was being so rude about my last name. Like, when I'm going through a miscarriage and that's the last thing I'm thinking about, and I apologize for not letting her know that that could have happened, because when I originally called and made my first appointment to go in for my first appointment to confirm my pregnancy, I had mentioned then that my last name had changed and I had gotten married, and someone should have written it in my chart that was happening, or like just changed it then. I don't know, but I was so mad that she was being so rude about this when I'm dealing with something way worse than a little last name mix-up. So when she says that, I was like, well, hold on a minute, because she was like about to say goodbye and hang up. I'm like, why do you need to talk to another doctor? I already called and talked to the on-call doctor, and she said I need to schedule an appointment to be seen. She said, well, the doctor you spoke to is not here, and I need to confirm it with the one that is here. So I just said, okay, whatever, that's fine, and I hung up the phone. Then she didn't call me back again until they almost closed. It was like 4:40 in the afternoon, and she finally called me back. So again, that was on Tuesday the 3rd. she finally called me back and she said, the doctor said, you don't need to be seen, you don't need an appointment, you just have to get blood work done weekly until your HCG level comes back to 0. And I said, okay, do I need to come pick up a slip, or will you call, like, will you send the request for blood work over to where I'm gonna go? And we confirmed where I was gonna go. She said, yep, I'll send it over, and if it comes back 0 already the first time, you don't need to go again. And basically that's it. So they don't want to see me, they, like, nothing. And I guess, like, since it was so early that I was miscarrying, so I would have been about like 4.5 weeks when it all like happened, almost 5 weeks when I actually miscarried. So that is very early, and I know that. So I know, like, since I'm that early, maybe that's why I don't need an appointment. I'm not whatever kind of blood type, so everything must get out of my system on its own, especially when it's that early. But none of that was explained to me. And that would have been nice to know. Like, I haven't been through this. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what happens. And it's all upsetting. So it would have just been nice to at least have an appointment, or have someone that is sensitive and cares, or seems like they care at least, tell me, like, what's going on and why I don't need an appointment, or, like, you know, it just was like not how someone should be treated. But anyways, so yeah, that's what happened. She called in the blood work. I got the blood work done the next day, on Wednesday, so this past Wednesday, which was the 4th, I believe. Yeah, the 4th of December. I called yesterday to see what the results were. I had to leave a message with someone because they hadn't received them yet. No one called me back from the office yesterday. I called again this morning. I had to leave another message, and no one has called me back yet still. So I will not be using that office ever again, whether it's for getting pregnant again or anything else. I'm not going to that office. I can't believe how unprofessional and how rude and insensitive they were, and how they don't have their information together as far as my last name, how many times I've told them that my last name is different and they still just don't get it, and then they give me a hard time about it when I'm already having a hard time with the situation. It just is not ideal. So yeah, that's what's happening. That's what's been going on. This video is so long, but I need to get it all out there. So I just want to say, like, for anyone that has gone through this, I am so sorry, because I just know how bad it sucks. And no matter how early you are, like, it still sucks, you know? You still are planning and seeing your future with another baby, and you're excited about it and you can't wait for it, and then it's just taken away and you're just left to deal with it, and you just have to go through all this stuff and you just get nothing out of it, you know? No baby at the end, no nothing, and it just sucks. And I just feel like I'll never forget about a baby I could have had. You know, Brantley's little sibling, he'll never get to meet. Yeah, it's just really sad. So I'm so sorry if you're currently going through this or have been through it. And I never wanted to feel like it feels to go through this. I never thought that I would, and it's terrible. And I really hope that anyone watching this that hasn't been through it doesn't have to, because it really is the worst thing. So yeah, I just wanted everyone to know what I've been dealing with. And if you have been through this, I'm so sorry that you've had to deal with that and could be still currently dealing with it, because I just feel like it's not something that goes away, and every time you think about it, it just makes... Alright, sorry guys, my camera battery died, so I've had a minute to kind of compose myself a little bit. So anyways, I just want to basically end the video, I guess. That's what I have been dealing with. Yeah, I don't need like pity or whatever. I just wanted to put this out there. It's kind of informational, and maybe not informational. Let's start over. I just wanted to share this, what I've been going through, because it sucks. And I just want people out there to kind of get an idea of how sad it is, but also just to know, let other people that are going through this or have gone through this know that like, I'm here if you need to talk to someone about it, because I know how hard it is. So yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I'll see you guys in our next video.